Imagine a world where everything you thought you knew about history, about humanity's origins, was shattered in an instant. That's precisely what happened in the desolate, sun-baked expanses of Saudi Arabia, where a controversial team led by a renowned atheist archaeologist made a discovery so profound, so utterly impossible, it sent shockwaves through the global scientific community. For years, William, a brilliant but fiercely skeptical archaeologist, had challenged conventional wisdom. His latest venture, a privately funded expedition into a restricted zone of Saudi Arabia's empty quarter, was met with widespread derision. Critics, both religious and scientific, scoffed at his stated goal, to find natural explanations for every ancient miracle and myth. They called him reckless, arrogant, a provocateur. But William was undeterred. Accompanied by his trusted geologist, Mason, and the brilliant young linguist, Isabella, his team pushed deeper into the unforgiving landscape than anyone had dared in decades. They weren't looking for proof of ancient gods. They were looking to debunk them. What they found, however, defied every single one of William's carefully constructed beliefs. Deep beneath shifting sands, where no human settlement was ever thought possible, their ground-penetrating radar picked up an anomaly. Not a natural formation, not a geological quirk, but something impossibly artificial. Days of painstaking excavation revealed an entrance, hidden for millennia. What lay beyond was a colossal, perfectly preserved structure, a vast network of tunnels leading to cavernous chambers, all carved from an unknown, iridescent material that pulsed with a faint, internal light. It wasn't stone, it wasn't metal, it wasn't anything Mason had ever seen in his extensive career. The air inside was still, ancient, yet strangely breathable. William, the staunch atheist, stood speechless, his flashlight beam trembling slightly as it swept across walls adorned with intricate, non-human patterns. His team, expecting geological formations or perhaps a forgotten caravan route, found something that defied every archaeological textbook. Mason, initially convinced it was an elaborate hoax, ran countless tests, his instruments screaming in protest as they failed to identify the material composition or its impossible age. Carbon dating was inconclusive, suggesting an age far beyond any known human civilization, perhaps even predating life on Earth as we understand it. News of the discovery, initially contained, began to leak. Satellite images, mysteriously appearing on obscure forums, showed anomalies in the region, confirming the whispers. Experts from around the world were called in, their initial skepticism quickly replaced by a palpable sense of dread. They couldn't explain the material, the strange, rhythmic energy readings emanating from the structure, or its impossible scale. Local legends, long dismissed as fanciful tales, spoke of a city of echoes, built by beings from the stars before humanity walked the earth. A myth, a bedtime story, now seemed horrifyingly real. Isabella, working tirelessly, began to decipher the strange symbols etched into the walls. They weren't hieroglyphs, nor cuneiform, nor any known language. Yet with each passing hour, fragments of meaning emerged. They spoke of a great cycle, of advanced knowledge, of cosmic events, and a chilling warning. A warning about what? About who? Governments across the globe, initially dismissing the reports, now scrambled for control, deploying military forces to secure the site. Religious scholars were in an uproar, some condemning the discovery as heresy, others desperately trying to reconcile it with their sacred texts. Scientists were in a frenzy, their paradigms crumbling, their understanding of the universe fundamentally challenged. William, the man who set out to debunk myths, now faced something that forced him to question everything he believed, not towards a deity, but towards an unknown, unimaginable past. A history far grander and more terrifying than any myth he had ever encountered. And then, the structure began to hum. A low resonant vibration that permeated the very ground. A light brighter than any seen before pulsed from its deepest core, casting long, dancing shadows across the ancient walls. What secrets was it about to reveal? Was it a key to humanity's true origin, or a harbinger of something far more terrifying?